My project was focused on targeting young African American women in the region around LA, aged 25 to 45, because this is a high-risk population for hypertension, diabetes, and stroke, and myocardial infarctions. We gave the woman an Android phone. Because we believe that social support is necessary, this was a community-based study. And we used churches, and I randomized the sample through the churches so there would be no contamination. Okay, the women got 4 weeks of instruction in the intervention group, which was totally focused on individual goals. They were given notebooks, and they actually were taught about cardiovascular risk factors like family history and identifying traits in their family that may preclude them to cardiovascular disease in the future. Also, food, nutrition, weight, physical activity, stress, all your usual risk factors. And they could then write in their own books individualized goals. This happened for about 4 weeks in the intervention group, and then we gave them their Android phones. In a collaboration with the Wireless Institute at UCLA, we developed an Android app, and the women wore the phones during their waking hours around their waist in a passport holder. And they wore it 7 days a week, and we stayed in contact with them. There were automated messages. There were questions each day that they could answer in just by hitting a button. Pictures that showed up, like, did you eat at least 5 fruits and vegetables today? And then there'd be a pretty picture of grapes, and they can plug on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the good thing about this was, if they hadn't eaten 5 fruits or vegetables a day, then they went ahead and ate a few so that they didn't have to put no, they didn't. And so it was a way of staying connected, but that in itself was a behavior change. We had them send their blood pressures once a week on Sundays. They took their own blood pressures at home, and on the phone they could see, and it would remediate them on AHA guidelines on how to take your blood pressure. And we gave them a wireless blood pressure machine, which, after they took their blood pressure 2 times, having a few minutes apart, they would then go ahead and push a button, hear their blood pressure out loud, also see their blood pressure on their telephone, and it would wirelessly stream into our server at UCLA. The good thing about our study also was that it also diffused into the family. Many studies now are done on children, and right now I'm seeing the effects of the study moving out into the family, because moms are at the helm, and these gals are moms. And so if we educate the mother, then we change the diet of the child. And so I thought that was very effective, and I'll be reporting more on that later. But what also happened was stress reduction. And they did a lot of stress reduction, little individualized things that they could do in their own homes. They lived in unsafe areas, and so they couldn't get out there and walk whenever they wanted, especially not in the evening. And they have children, and a lot of these women are in the sandwich generation, where they're taking care of their kids, and they're also taking care of their parents. And sometimes there's a spouse involved, and sometimes there's not. So this is really a high risk set of women.